friends, good afternoon. It's sharp 3 p.m. and we are ready to set sail on our webinar today with Costa Cruises. I know all of you are very excited to know more about the Costa Cruises that is available for India sailing. If you're all waiting to hear more information, can I get a hi in the chat tab? Go in and say a hi or tell me how excited you are, and let's build up the excitement to this webinar. You all know that Costa Cruises has its India sailings from Mumbai and Kochi in November, December this year. So it's a very big moment for us to have one of the largest domestic cruise ships here with us on Costa Cruises, and we have so much information to share with you. But before I introduce the team and before I introduce everyone, I just wanted to let you know a few housekeeping announcements. Firstly, there is a button on top of your screen that is the reconnect button. So in case anything goes wrong, you can't hear us, you can't see us, just press the reconnect button and you should be able to see us and hear us. A recording of this webinar will also be shared with you in the next 24 hours. So tomorrow at 3 p.m., you'll get an email from us with a recording of this webinar. So in case you miss out on anything, please don't panic. We will be sharing the recording with you. This webinar is extremely interactive, so please feel free to ask questions. Ask as many questions as you want on the chat tab on your screens, and we will be taking up questions in the second half of this webinar. So on your screens, there's a chat button that is either on the bottom of your screen or on the right-hand side. So please keep asking all your questions there. And finally, something that I did talk about initially, that one lucky winner will stand a chance to win a 3-night cruise on Costa Cruises on their Mumbai route on the 7th of November. So this is a huge promise from Costa Cruises. All you need to do is after the webinar, go in, fill the quiz. There are some simple, easy questions. I've seen the questions before. They're quite easy and simple. And you get to cruise with Costa Cruises on the 7th of November. So can you imagine? It's literally like 2 months away, and you will be on that cruise ship that we are seeing on our screen. So friends, now I'm not going to stand in the way of you and Costa Cruises and introduce to you the lovely people that we have with us today. Firstly, we have Miss Nalini Gupta, the Managing Director of Lotus Aero Enterprises, the GSA for Costa Cruises. I'm sure all of you know her as the very happy and smiling face of cruising in India. You could not have cruised and not know, ma'am. Next, we have Mr. Alexandro Borato, who's the Sales and Marketing Director, Mediterranean, New Markets, UK, East Europe, Africa, and Middle East for Costa Cruises, Italy. He's joined us all the way from Italy, and thank you, Mr. Alexandro. Thank you for taking out the time and being here with us today. And finally, you all know that face on my screen, Vasundhara Gupta, Head of Sales and Marketing for Lotus Aero Enterprises, the GSA of Costa Cruises. Thank you, Vasundhara. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's so nice to see all of you here with us today, and we can't tell you how excited the room is to know more about Costa Cruises. I would now like to invite Ms. Nalini Gupta to say a few words, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Devika, for those wonderful words, and also, of course, for the energy in your voice. Thank you for that. I truly would like to say hello to all my travel friends, my travel partners. I saw quite a few names which I'm familiar with coming on, signing in. So I'm happy to see you all visually and on the video. But more importantly, I'm excited about the ship coming in here to India. We've come to India before in 16, 17, 18, and 19, but this is a little different. Here we're getting domestic return trips into Bombay. Bombay is the home of Costa Serena. We've got several options all through the month of November, December. And of course, we have a beautiful ship, Costa Serena, which I'm sure some people are already familiar with, but this is a nice, luxurious ship. Of course, Vasundhara will give you a lot of details about this ship and the product. What excites me also further is I've always had this dream of getting ships into India. And I always said, now we bring an international experience into India. So instead of Muhammad going to the mountains, we brought the mountain into Muhammad. So we brought them across all the way to India from Italy. And as always, Costa has the expertise of ensuring everybody gets a superb experience. Their only objective on board is to give people a wow experience. So it's not just the ship that's going to be exciting coming into India, but the sheer experience of being on board. I'm sure Alexandro will, in his own typical Italian customer-friendly way, explain that to you all as well. But I do look forward to a lot of support from all of you. Every product is successful only when we get support from the travel partners. So we do look at all of you contributing significantly into making India a super success, not only for us as Lotus or us as Costa Cruises, but also for the government of India, which is aggressively pushing Dekho Apna Desh. Thank you very much for your attention. Alexandro, may I have the pleasure of introducing our very, very active partner. And like I would always call him my guardian angel. When I have problems, I run to Alexandro. So Alexandro, please take over and please share your good wishes and whatever else you need to talk to the team about.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nalini, for the nice introduction. It's a great pleasure for me, really. It's a great pleasure to be here and to have the chance to say a few words, because then I have to leave the stage to Vasundhara, that she's going to give a very deep presentation about this fantastic project. This is a project that we as Costa, we are very proud to do it again. Like Nalini was saying, we did the Indian itineraries some years ago, but this time is completely different. This Costa Serena, November and December, the Indian sailings will be really an Indian product dedicated for the Indian market, customized for the Indian guest. It will be a 100% fully Indian ship. Vasundhara is going also to give a lot of details, but we did the 360 degrees customization for our Indian guest from any kind of aspect, from the food, especially entertainment, everything. Also for the Diwali, we are going to organize special events with also something very special only for our Indian guests. Let me thanks really a lot Lotus and especially Nalini, that for many years she was pushing us to have again back this itinerary. We did, thanks to her, thanks to the support of our wonderful GSA in India, as Lotus is, because without the support of Nalini and the team of Vasu and the rest of the team, we were unable to perform such kind of itinerary. Now we need you, as Nalini was saying, so start and strongly push this sailing, as this sailing has been built only for you as trade partners in India, to sell to your guests. We are here for you, and we are ready to with Nalini to support the sales. So it has been a great pleasure really to be here today. So I leave the stage to Azu to give you a deep presentation about this wonderful pleasure, and thank you very much to all of you for the attendance. That is really important for us.
Thank you, Alexandro. I'm sure Vasundhara will take over from here.
Hi, everyone. A very good afternoon. So thanks, Devika, for the introduction of mine. And I was, in fact, looking at the attendee list today, and I can see a lot of familiar faces. So very, very happy to see these familiar faces. And as you would have heard, Alexandro and Nalini and Devika all talk about the much-awaited Costa Serena sailings coming to India. What I'm very happy about is we've had a lot of support from many of you who have also started booking some cabins on these November, December India itineraries of Costa Serena. And for those, I would say, who have not booked any cabins, really it's a golden opportunity, because you're pretty much getting a ship to India, which, wherein you could have had this experience only from Europe or from Dubai or from Singapore, but we're getting that sort of international experience with the Indian customization right here at our doorstep for sailings from Mumbai and Cochin. So we're very, very excited about that. So the way I'm going to be putting off my video so that you can clearly see all the slides. I just wanted to initially put it on so all of you could see for those who don't know me, they can have a face to the name. But the way I'm going to be structuring today's presentation, so we're going to aim to do it about 20 to 30 minutes. I will be giving you all a bit of a background on Costa Cruises, then further going on to the India itineraries. So today's presentation is mainly focused on the India itineraries upcoming in November, December 2023 on the Costa Serena. Later, I'll be talking to you about the ship Costa Serena, just going through an overview of the ship. And then after that, we can't end the presentation without giving a bit of a glimpse on our Emirates itineraries and our Europe itineraries as well. So I will be taking you through those itineraries for a brief while as well. So just to start the presentation and to give you a bit of a background on Costa Cruises, I'm sure a lot of you all have heard that Costa Cruises is one of the biggest cruising companies in the world. And in fact, we are part of the Carnival Corporation, which is the largest cruising conglomerate in the world. We have over 20,000 employees amongst the shoreside and on board. We fly the Italian flag. And while on the slide, you can see that we have cruises across the globe, and we are talking about Europe, Middle East, Asia, South America, and world cruises. An additional exciting point today is that we have our India itineraries as well, and pure domestic itineraries that Costa Cruises will be doing for the first time ever within India. In fact, we'll be the first international cruise liners to conduct these domestic India itineraries. Other than that, something which is not covered on the slide is that this year we crossed over 75 years of cruising. So we have a long history in terms of cruising, and we really have been in the market for a very, very long time. So before I delve into the itineraries of Costa Serena in India, I'll ask Devika if you can play video one, which just talks a little bit about our brand and just how we're bringing back cruises towards to the Indian market and to every customer across the globe. That video, at least for me, gives me a bit of goosebumps. And really, I think in terms of holidays and getting back to holidays, and especially cruising holidays, it's I think everyone today are valuing it much more than ever before. So before I talk about the India itineraries, this is just a brief slide in terms of why cruise holidays are the best kind of holidays. I think for many of you who've sold cruises, you all will agree with me that cruises are one of the easiest products to sell because you pretty much have everything included within a cruise holiday, from all your meals included, from entertainment unlimited, from health and fitness activities, from multiple venues in terms of bars, restaurants to explore. Really a cruise package for those. If you're not selling cruises, it's about time you'll start selling cruises, because cruising, even within the India market, is really growing at a very, very aggressive pace. And I think once you sell the cruise holiday, but from the travel agent perspective, you pretty much don't have to worry about anything, because we ourselves at Costa have almost a 98% satisfaction rate on both the ships. And so pretty much people come back happy. So yeah, this is just a brief slide in terms of why cruises are the best kind of holidays. And in terms of, I would say, while I get into the India itineraries, now with bringing cruises closer to home, we're making it even easier because we're getting it right to Mumbai. We're having itineraries from Mumbai. We're going to have itineraries from Cochin. And for these itineraries, while for the international itineraries, people would need visas and flights, for these itineraries, you don't need any visas. You don't need any passport. You can pretty much travel just with the Aadhaar card. So, to take you through the itineraries, what we do have to offer on our itineraries starting in November and December, going through December, we have options of 2 nights, 3 nights, and 5 nights itineraries. The itineraries are pretty straightforward. So as you can see, some of the itineraries in the slide, we have options of a Mumbai, Goa, Mumbai. We have options of a Mumbai, High Seas, Mumbai, and another 2 nights itineraries is a Mumbai, High Seas, Kochi itinerary. These itineraries are 2 nights itineraries, I would say, are really, really easy to sell in terms of even just giving the traveler who's not gone on a cruise experience just a glimpse of what a Costa Cruise experience looks like. People can travel for a weekend. You can sell it to your corporate traveler, pretty much reach every segment of the customer who's traveling. So these are our 2 nights itineraries. All our itineraries, which are the Mumbai, High Seas, Mumbai itineraries, are on a Friday sailing. The others, Mumbai, High Seas, Kochi, are on a Sunday sailing. However, the Mumbai, Goa, Mumbai itineraries, those the days in terms of the day of the week, it does change. Amongst these itineraries, we're very excited to announce that we've already sold out dates on the 15th, 17th, 19th, and 22nd December sailing dates. How I would say, while these sailings are sold out, there are many more sailings that are still left to sell, and we'll be happy for all of you all. While, for us, groups are important, but I would say even if you'll start selling one cabin, our main aim is to just get travel companies all across India to start selling Costa Cruises and offer this golden opportunity of a domestic itinerary within India. The next itinerary is our 3 nights itinerary. Again, we have the option of Mumbai to Mumbai round trip, or even Cochin to Mumbai. So to take you through the first itinerary, which is our 3 nights itinerary, which is on 10th, 13th, 16th, and 29th of December. These are festive cruise itineraries. They're all across the Diwali sailing dates. The 10th, 13th, and 16th November are across the Diwali sailing dates. And the 29th December is across our New Year's date. And as Alexandro had mentioned earlier, for the Diwali sailings, we'll be having a lot of festivities on board the ship. So while we're an Italian cruise liner, we will be having a lot of customization done for the Indian market. So whether it's in terms of food, whether it's in terms of entertainment, we'll be customizing to have a lot of spread of Indian food, a lot of Bollywood themed entertainment along with other Indian entertainment, but especially on the festive dates of Diwali, 10, 13, 16, we're going to go a notch higher, wherein for Diwali dates, we'll be having a lot more in terms of Indian entertainment as well happening on both the ships. So we'll have a Diwali themed party with beverages, which will be about a 2-3 hour party, and we'll have a lot of other customizations which will be done specially for the festive dates. So the next itinerary of ours, which is our 3 nights Mumbai to Mumbai itinerary, again a very straightforward itinerary from Mumbai, High Seas, Goa, Mumbai. Again, there are a range of sailing dates: 4th November, 7th November. 4th November is our launch date in the for the Costa Serena India sailings. So we have a lot of people who are booking on this particular date. But again, 7th November will again be a festive date as well, where we'll be doing Diwali celebrations on board the ship. And then we have December 3rd and 19th of December. While we have 3rd of December available right now, but 19th of December is already sold out. And then the next itinerary that we have is our Kochi to Mumbai itinerary, which is on the 28th of November and the 26th of December. We are planning to introduce one more date in terms of Kochi, Lakshadweep, High Seas, Mumbai, which will be on the 12th of December. In terms of the Kochi to Mumbai itineraries, these are one-way itineraries. So I would segment it in a way where the round-trip itineraries are great for a person who wants to just take a round-trip itinerary. But for the open itineraries like Kochi to Mumbai or Mumbai to Kochi are perfect for somebody who wants to combine it with another land itinerary. So a person, for example, traveling to Kochi for a Kerala package can combine a Kerala land package along with the cruise and explore the beautiful Lakshadweep as well. I think many people, I would say many travelers, and I won't even just limit it to travelers, but a lot of travel companies have not really sold Lakshadweep, but Lakshadweep really is an amazing destination, and I think it's we pretty much have Maldives in India itself, so it's about time all of us start selling Lakshadweep. So this itinerary, which does Kochi, Lakshadweep, High Seas, Mumbai, is a perfect way to explore Lakshadweep. So we'll be specifically in Lakshadweep going to the Agatti Islands, and these itineraries for us are selling very, very well, and hence you will see in the next slide we have Kochi, Goa, High Seas, Mumbai. So yes, this is another set of 3 and 5 nights itineraries. So on the left-hand side, the itineraries that you see for 3 nights, Kochi to Mumbai, Kochi, High Seas, Goa, Mumbai. For the 12th December itinerary, since we're seeing great demand for Lakshadweep, we're going to be introducing it as Kochi, Lakshadweep, High Seas, Mumbai. And the next 5 nights itineraries are pretty much just when we combine the 2 nights of Mumbai to Kochi, Kochi to Mumbai, we make up and we join both of them. We have the 5 nights itineraries. So we have a couple of day options as well in terms of 5 nights. All our 5 nights itineraries are sailing on a Sunday. So we have a couple of options in terms of 2 nights itineraries sailing on a Friday. We have 5 nights sailing on a Sunday. We have our Kochi to Mumbai itinerary sailing on a Tuesday. And then the other itineraries are across us at different days of the week. So what we are also looking to do is, and I think this webinar pretty much we're first time sort of announcing it, is we are looking to extend the season in India. So currently it was supposed to be in India only until the 1st of January. But since we're seeing very, very good demand with the India market, and since we particularly have had a lot of demand previously as well for Mumbai to Maldives itinerary, we are planning to have our final itinerary before we leave India as a Mumbai to Maldives itinerary, which will be approximately around the 4th of January. We are still to launch this itinerary, but I just thought I will give you all a brief glimpse and tell you that we will be looking at having this itinerary in the first week of January. So, Devika, can I please ask you to play video number 2, which introduces Costa Serena in India?
Our product is an international product, but with an Indian touch in terms of food and also other onboard experiences.
hospitality at its best, a ship which is beautiful, and of course we have a team which is waiting to welcome them on board. Come sail the Costa Way.
Don't miss this opportunity and sail the Costa Way.
So that video briefly spoke about the itineraries, and as I'd already spoken about the itineraries earlier as well. But I think the biggest selling point, other than having the itineraries domestically in India, is that we're going to be having the largest ever ship to cruise within Indian waters this year. So this is something that we feel really proud to bring a really large ship, because previously always there have been smaller ships that have come to India, and this time we're getting a large ship which will have 1,500 cabins. It will have a total capacity of 3,780 people. It's over 100,000 tons. It's got 14 decks. So really, like I mentioned before, that this kind of a ship experience is what people get to experience only outside of India, and now we're bringing it right here to home. So just to talk to you a little bit more about Costa Serena, as I mentioned, the tonnage, the number of decks. Other than that, we have 5 restaurants on board Costa Serena. Other than the 5 restaurants, we also have other food outlets which will be available on board the ship as well. We have over 10 bars. We'll have delicious Indian, Jain, and international cuisines. We have a 60,000 square feet spa on board the ship. We have 4 swimming pools. You'll be able to see in the slide itself, you've got through the picture, the aerial view of the picture, you can see 4 of the swimming pools. You've got one at the center of the ship, one which is at the back of the ship, one which is next to the center of the ship, right near the water slide, and then we've got one baby pool as well. We've got 4 hot tubs. We've got an amazing multi-purpose sports pitch where you can play basketball, throw ball, and an amazing outdoor jogging track right at one of the top decks of the ship. Other than that, in terms of entertainment, we have an amazing theater across 3 levels. We have a large casino, nightclub, lounges, a shopping gallery, a video arcade, a massive kids club with a lot of kids entertainment, and a water slide as well. So I'll just take you through a quick glimpse of some of the pictures of Costa Serena, which will be coming to India in November. So we'll first look at some of the theaters, lounges. So this is a grand atrium of Costa Serena now, which is right at the center of the ship. It's really, really an amazing venue where we have a lot of music, bars, parties happening at this grand atrium as well. In terms of our lounges, we've got an amazing theater, Luna Lounge, piano bar, casino, disco. So I'll just show you some of this picture. So this is a picture of our theater. The Geo Theatre, where we'll every evening have a Broadway style show for about 30 to 35 minutes, which will be at 2 timings of approximately 7:30 in the evening, and another show repeated about 9:30 p.m. And all these shows are included within the price of the cruise. I will be showing you a small glimpse of some of the shows that we've collaborated with. Of course, we'll have our international shows, like amazing acrobatic shows. We'll have one, since we're an Italian company, we'll also have one Italian Broadway style show. But other than that, we'll also have Indian Bollywood themed entertainment as well. And all of these will be included within the price of the cruise, and they're not at pay. So other than the theater, we have even the other lounges on board the ship, and all of these different lounges have parties, musicians performing at these areas. So one such lounge is the Luna Lounge, which has a capacity of approximately 400 to 500 people. Then we have the amazing Grand Bar. Again, you have a lot of musical entertainment happening, especially in the evenings. The disco comes alive at approximately about midnight. A massive casino with slot machines, blackjack tables, 3-card poker. the Cupido Lounge, the Cupido Lounge, which has a capacity of approximately 400 to 500 people. Then we have the amazing Grand Bar. Again, you have a lot of musical entertainment happening, especially in the evenings. The disco comes alive at approximately about midnight. A massive casino with slot machines, blackjack tables, 3-card poker. Then we also have the conference rooms. So for any person booking a corporate group, we can give you these conference rooms, or even the theater or some of the lounges. We can block it depending on the availability of the ship and availability of the venues. We can block those for corporate groups as well. Then, as we mentioned, spectacular international and Indian entertainment that we'll have on board the ship. And just to give you a glimpse of some of the Indian entertainment that we will be having on board Costa Serena, Devika, if I can ask you to play video number 3, wherein we'll be having the Illuminati group. And in fact, the Illuminati group had won India's Got Talent a few years ago.
ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਰੱਬਾ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੇ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਰੱਬਾ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੇ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ
Now coming to kids, the Kids Club, and one of our biggest USPs, which I'm sure many of you are aware of, we have a kids below 18 cruise-free policy, wherein when they're sharing the cabin with 2 adults, we don't charge for the cabin fare for kids who are sharing, up to 2 kids sharing with 2 adults. They have to pay only port taxes and the relevant onboard gratuities. So given that we have a lot of kids on board the ship, we have a massive kids club for them as well on board the ship. So we have a kids, it's called the Squawk Club, wherein we have activities for babies from 6 months to 3 years. We have the Squawk Club for 3 years to 11 years. And we have also the teen zone from 12 to 17 years. So in terms of 6 months or 3 years, we don't actually have activities for them, but we do have facilities wherein you can do babysitting for them. Therefore, babysitting, there might be a small charge, but otherwise, a Squawk Club, which is from 3 to 11 years, and the teen zone, which is 12 to 17 years, is again included within the price. And really, this Kids Club is amazing because for a lot of families who are going on board the ship, they can pretty much leave their kids in the Kids Club, and the parents can just have their own gala time and have some time alone from the kids as well. Now, one key thing about the kids below 18 cruise-free policy, I have sometimes a lot of school groups coming to me, and those school groups come to me and say that, okay, I have kids who will be all about 15 years old. So will all of them cruise-free? Well, as we had mentioned on this slide as well, and I mentioned over while I was speaking, that the kids cruise-free when they're sharing the cabin with 2 adults. So there'll be 2 adults, and then you have up to 2 kids below 18 who will not pay for the cabin fare. So if there's a school group of 15, say about 100 kids who are 15 years old, the first 2 kids will be charged, but the next 2 kids who are sharing the room will not pay for the cabin fare. And there's again a lot of entertainment for the kids, from treasure hunts, pool games, costume parades, dance lessons, and they pretty much are kept occupied through the day. So this is just a glimpse of the Kids Club. Of course, you just get a brief idea here. It's a lot larger. And now some pictures of the pool decks and the open decks of Costa Serena. So we have an amazing mid-pool deck, gym, jogging track, basketball court. So this is our Costa Serena mid-pool deck, where we again have a lot of parties, entertainment happening on this in this area as well. So the mid-pool deck, in fact, has an automatic roof as well, which we can open and close depending on the weather. Then we have another pool, which is right at the back of the ship. Then we have an amazing jogging track, water slide, multi-purpose sports pitch. And again, these areas you usually get in the cabin or daily newsletter, where a lot of the activities are around all of these different areas of the ship. In terms of restaurants, So as I mentioned earlier, there are 5 restaurants on board Costa Serena. Now, what's included within the price of the cruise is our sit-down restaurant. So it's either Ceres restaurant or Vesta restaurant. So this sit-down restaurant, and also people have the option of a buffet, which is the Prometeo buffet. So I'll just quickly take you through some pictures. So this is a Vesta restaurant, which is a sit-down restaurant, which is open for, it's either Vesta or Ceres, which is open for certain hours. And all these hours are given in the newsletter, which is given the cabins every evening to all the guests on board the ship. So these restaurants are open for breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. So people have the option of doing like a sit-down a la carte menu with me. Sometimes for breakfast, they have a partial buffet as well, and even for lunch. But otherwise, dinner is always sit-down. But this is included in the price of the cruise. And I'm mentioning this because a lot of time people go on board the ship, and when they see these a la carte restaurants, they think that these are going to be at extra charge. So we do have the option of a la carte service within the price of the cruise itself. What is always open is the buffet restaurant. Again, the other options. So people can go to the buffet restaurant, then they can even go to the sit-down restaurant. So the buffet option will be open for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It will be also available for tea time and for certain midnight snacks, which will go on right until about 1:30 a.m. So in terms of meals, something I didn't mention earlier, other than we'll have amazing Indian and international cuisine. We'll also have 5 meals which will be included within the price of the cruise. I'm again just mentioning it because this is very important USP for the Indian market. So we'll have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and additionally to these 3 meals, we'll also have high tea and midnight snacks which are included within the price of the cruise. And in terms of Indian food, a lot of people ask me, okay, what exact Indian food are you going to have? I would say that, we'll have a large variety of Indian food available. And it'll be a mix of, we won't just call it Indian food, it'll be a mix of North Indian style food, South Indian style food, some chart counters as well, all which will be available on board the ship for the India program. Then we have these other corners like the gelato corner. So there will be some outlets which will be at pay. And one such example is the gelato corner. But again, when we say it's at pay, it's at a very, very small price. It's pretty much at about 2 euros or 2.5 euros. And you have some amazing gelato, an Italian style ice cream to have on board the ship. Now, going to the next part of the presentation, just some pictures of the gym and the spa that we have on board. So we have this amazing gym, again, which is included within the price of the cruise. It's overlooking the sea. Then we have an amazing sauna. And in terms of the spa, as I mentioned earlier, we have a 60,000 square feet spa, which is on board the ship. Of course, the spa is at an additional cost. But for the spa is a very massive area which has its own thalotherapy pool. It's got a Turkish bath. It's got a sauna, relaxation lounges. It's got a winter garden as well. So for people who don't want to take a treatment, what they can do is also experience the spa by just visiting the spa and having access to the different areas. So this is a spa treatment room. Generally, when you take a treatment, this is sort of treatment room that you'll be able to avail. But in terms of the other areas of the ship, we have the winter garden. So in case you take a spa day pass, you'll be able to access all these different areas like the winter garden, the sauna, steam rooms, the relaxation lounges. And other than this, they also have tea rooms and many other areas in the spa that people can avail. So this is the internal jacuzzi within the spa as well, which will be available. Then there are certain other areas like the Photoshop areas. We have digitalized a lot on board the ship. So this is the photo areas on board the ship. Now coming towards the next video, Devika, if I can ask you to please play video 4 just to showcase to you what the Costa experience on board will look like.
We're coming up, coming up. Ooh, na, na, na. Ooh, na, 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 na. We're coming up, coming up. Ooh, na, na, na. Ooh, na, 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 na.
It's a life on the wild, wild side, and you better be in for a ride.
We're coming up, coming up. Ooh, na, na, na. Ooh, na, 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 na. On our way, coming up now. There's no way to stop us. Take it to the higher level, like a rocket in the sky. Yeah, on our way, coming up now. There's no way to stop us. Take it to the higher level, like a rocket in the sky. Yeah. We're coming up, coming up. Ooh, na, na, na. Ooh, na, 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 na.
It's a life on the wild, wild side, and you better be in for a ride.
We're coming up, coming up. Ooh, na, na, na. Ooh, na, 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 na. On our way, coming up now. There's no way to stop us. Take it to the higher level, like a rocket in the sky. Yeah, on our way, coming up now. There's no way to stop us. Take it to the higher level, like a rocket in the sky. Yeah. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na.
Ooh, yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
coming up, coming on our way, coming up now. There's no way to stop us. Take it to the higher level, like a rocket in the sky.
Slightly older video of ours, but I just want to showcase to you all the topics that I talked about in terms of entertainment, the jogging tracks, the swimming pools, the experiences which will be available on board Costa Serena as well. However, specifically, as I mentioned, we'll be doing a lot of customization, and we'll play a final video which shows you some of that customization as well. Now coming to an important part of the presentation, which is the cabins on board the ship. So as I mentioned, this is one of the largest ever ships coming to India. So on this ship, Costa Serena, we have 1,500 cabins which are there on board. In terms of the bifurcation of cabins, we have approximately about 592 cabins which are inside cabins. We have 333 which are ocean view cabins. Over 500 cabins which are balcony, so 505 to be exact, and approximately about 70 suites on board the ship. Something that we've done in terms of customizing again for the India market, we do have kettles in the cabins on Costa Serena. Other than that, generally I would say the cabins are pretty large size, and thirdly, in terms of the cabins, you'll see some of the pictures. While we show them as double occupancy, most of the cabins can be made into twin as well. So this is a picture of our balcony cabin, and you'll have this presentation available for you all to download later as well. These slides show you the exact square feet of the cabin. The balcony cabins are approximately about 210 square feet. The max occupancy for an ocean view balcony cabin is up to 4 people. Now, this is across the cabin categories, whether it's balcony, inside, or ocean view or suite cabins. The max occupancy that we have on board is 4 people. And again, something which we keep getting requests for is sometimes we have people who have families of 2 adults and sometimes 3 kids. And amongst the 3 kids, it might be 1 kid, might be an infant. But for us, every person is a passenger count. So even if it's an infant who's above 6 months, so in terms of cruising policy, we can have infants above 6 months travel on board the ship. But even if they're above 6 months, so say about  9 months or 1 year, they will be counted as a person. So if we have have a situation of 2 adults and 3 kids, and amongst them 1 is infant, we will have to book 2 cabins for them. So this is the ocean view balcony cabin. This on the left hand side of the presentation, you can see our ocean view cabin, which is a pretty large size window, and our basic cabin category is the inside cabin. And these are some glimpses of our grand suite cabins. So we have the grand suite with ocean view balcony, which is approximately about 430 square feet. Then we have the suite with ocean view balcony, which is approximately about 320 square feet, and the mini suite with ocean view balcony as well. So this is the last video that we will play before I just quickly take you through the Dubai and the Europe itinerary. So Devika, if you can play the last video where we just show about the Indian experience.
So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the ground. Think down, call me on my phone, nice tea and I get my ping pong. This is dead, heavy, can't hear the bass, oh my rabbit. Life is sweet as honey, get this beach shade like money. Let's go, all alone, I'm need to stop, I'm good to go. I'm on, you know I go, let's go. It's in the stars tonight, so I see you bring the fire, set the night light. Shining through the city with a little focus on the light, dynamite.
Wasn't that absolutely wonderful? Vasu, we are waiting to hear more from you.
Yes. Hi. So we have, in terms of all the videos that you all saw, we have all of those videos without our contact details. So we'll be happy to share those with you. In fact, on this next one of the next slides, we have a Google Drive link as well, where you can download videos which are without our contact details and share them with your guests as well. Even our flyers. So I'll just take you through a glimpse of our flyers. So something special that we do have right now in terms of offer running is on 7th and 10th November. We have our companion free offer, companion and kids cruise free offer running. And this flyer is there on our Google Drive link. I'll be happy to connect with you all to give you all more details about the offer as well of companion and kids cruise free, which we have on the 7th and 10th November sailing. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll be also having a big bash Diwali party on our 7th November, 10th, 13th and 16th November sailings. Then in terms of MICE, we have all of these flyers which are there available for all of you to download and market to your clients. So in case you all want to take, maybe a picture of the Google Drive link, or maybe copy paste the Google Drive link, or maybe I'll put it across. Devika, maybe we can put it on the chat window as well.
It's on the chat. So we've just put it on the chat, so it's available for everyone.
So we'll put it on the chat window. You all can take this Google Drive link, and this Google Drive link will give you access to the Costa Serena India sailings in terms of cabin images, brochures of the ship, cancellation policies. We are also newly introducing an insurance as well for the India sailings. So somebody buying a cruise, they can buy an insurance policy at a very small cost of only INR 150. So it has all of these different marketing material for all of you to look through. The barcode, however, also other than the India sailings, it has details of other sailings as well in Emirates and Europe as well. But if you go to the barcode and then go specifically to the Costa Serena India sailings, you'll get all the information on Costa Serena India sailings. So just some highlights is, as I mentioned earlier, largest cruise ship in Indian waters, Costa Cruises, will be coming in November, December 2023 for itineraries Mumbai and Cochin, 2/3/5 nights itineraries. We've got some companion kids cruise free offers. It'll be an international experience with the Indian touch, first time ever in Indian waters. Diwali festive cruises on the 7th, 10th, 13th, and 16th November, and many other highlights about the cruise. Again, this presentation will be available for you all to download through the Google Drive link as well. We will be updating this presentation the next about 30 minutes. You all can download this presentation. And 2-3 other points I didn't speak about earlier is that this ship, Costa Cruises, was just recently refurbished in May 2023, so it pretty much looks brand new. And we also have the option of a travel now, pay later, when we have a collaboration with a finance company called Sankash. So we can avail this for all your clients as well going on board. You can give them this option as well, with a very small EMI to it. Now, just in the next we've come to the end of the presentation, but just we'll go quickly run through the Emirates itineraries. So we have our Emirates itineraries, which are from December to March. And our main itineraries are 3 nights and 4 nights and 7 nights itineraries. So from December 2023 to March 2024. These itineraries will be on our flagship, which is Costa Toscana, which is a very, very large ship, approximately about 185,000 tons, with a capacity of about 5,000 guests, actually a little bit over 5,000 guests. And these itineraries, as I mentioned, you have a combination of Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So the itineraries which are Dubai, Abu Dhabi, this itinerary does 2 nights overnight in Dubai. So it's pretty much it's not exactly a cruise itinerary, but the ship is docked in Dubai, but we're docked in a very, very beautiful part of Dubai, which is the Dubai Cruise Terminal, which is right near Jumeirah. And so you pretty much use the ship like a hotel, and the ship is docked for 2 nights in Dubai. However, unlike a hotel, the ship, as I mentioned earlier, it's an all-inclusive experience. So you have all your meals, a lot of entertainment available on board the ship. So it's a great option for somebody booking a hotel in Dubai instead of the hotel to take the cruise option. Of course, you will get a few hours of sailing as well, sailing experience on the ship going from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. Our next itinerary is, which has been selling very, very well in the last season, is Abu Dhabi to Dubai itinerary, which goes to Doha and Muscat as well. So it's a 3-country itinerary of UAE, Qatar, and Oman. And then we have the 7 nights itinerary, which also does a UAE, Qatar, Oman, and it does overnight 2 nights in Dubai and then goes into Doha, Muscat as well. And in terms of our Europe itineraries, we have our itineraries all across the year. We have sailings from Barcelona, Rome, Savona, going across the West Mediterranean all year round. We have itineraries from Venice, which cover the East Med, approximately from May to October. We have options from Copenhagen covering North Europe, and we are newly introducing some itineraries which are from Athens and Istanbul, covering the East Med area, some beautiful parts of Mykonos and Santorini, which will be available next year from approximately June to October. I will be doing a separate webinar on the Emirates itineraries and on the Europe itineraries. So I will come towards the end of our presentation by just showing you some glimpses of the different consumer segments who've cruised with us. So there have been lots of families. We've had lots of corporate events on board the ship, honeymooners, corporate events. So the ship really can be for anyone, everyone. I think the perception earlier of it being only for honeymooners and for somebody who's older is not there anymore. We have a lot of different consumer segments sailing with us. We did the largest ever wedding at sea as well. We've had lots of weddings on board Costa ships. And many celebrities like Sanjeev Kapoor, Dipti and Pooja Batra, Lintu Roy, some of those who have cruised with us. So thank you very much. I will come towards the end of our presentation. Went a little bit over time, but I'm glad I could give you all the details about our upcoming itineraries.
Thank you so much, Vasu. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. It was very detailed, and I'm sure our audience would absolutely enjoy it. But before letting you go, I need you to tell us more about the quiz prize. We will make the quiz link live now, but please do tell us a little more about that.
So what we are going to have is you will be having a quiz. All of you all can answer, and there's some really simple questions. And for those who answer the correct answers, there'll be one lucky winner who will have the 7th November an ocean view cabin for 3 nights, that cruising experience which we'll be offering on our end. And for that, you pretty much have everything which is included and free. So we're very excited about that. And also one announcement I wanted to make, for everyone who's attended the presentation, we will be sending to you our link for being able to see our booking platform. So in terms of prices, while we have rate sheets, you can also see all the prices online itself through the B2B system that we have available. And we'll be sending that link to all of you who's registered for the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting those details, telling us more about those details. Friends, the quiz link is now live. There is a link in the offer section on your screen. It's also on the chat tab. I put it up on the chat tab as well. So click on either one and you should be able to go in, answer some simple questions and stand a chance to be sailing on Costa Cruises on November 7th. It's that easy, that simple. Don't miss out on this opportunity. You must attempt the quiz, please. Team Costa, we have lots of questions for you. The audience has been asking lots of questions. Because of shortage of time, I'm going to ask only a few, but I would request you to then respond to the other questions later, maybe privately as well. So can I get you all to be on screen, have your cameras on so we can get into the Q&A? Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So first, and very interestingly, of course, you didn't touch upon this and we have to ask this question. Can you tell us a little more about the alcohol packages available and what kind of alcohol you're going to be serving on the ship?
So I'll take that, Alexandra, unless you want to go answer that question. But for
I'm back.
Yeah, but for the India itineraries, you've got some specially curated beverage packages. We have options of unlimited beverage packages, and again, those are there in the Google Drive link as well, where you have the option of a basic beverage alcoholic package, which starts at 34 euros per person per night, and those are unlimited packages. There's a 34 euro option, and there's also 46 euro option. However, those unlimited packages have to be taken for the duration of the sailing and for everyone who's sharing the cabin.
Perfect.
And we have a non-alcoholic option as well in case somebody wants to take that in terms of unlimited package.
Thank you. What about the casino? Will the casino be functioning in India?
Yes, it will be functioning, except that when it's in the port, it won't be functioning. But once it sails out, normally about half an hour, 45 minutes, it will start functioning.
Perfect.
And of course, we're looking forward to all the gamblers and casino users during Diwali.
Yes, of course. That's why that question came up. What about halal food? Is halal food available on the ship?
I would think so, but I'd like to get Alexandra to take on that question. It's a yes, but let Alexandra expand on that.
Okay, sorry, but the audio went off. Which was the question?
We want to know if halal food will be available on the ship.
Let me say, we are in compliance with the halal food for what it concern, because usually we provide, for example, the chicken that we are serving on board is already halal. Then we have also a lot of halal opportunities on board. We are not going to have a poor halal customized food, but we are in compliance with all the halal certification, and also for what it concerns, for example, the vegetarian. We can even, for example, on board, that is something important to underline, any kind of food allergy if we know in advance, we can manage any kind of food allergy or intolerance, because we have also separate kitchen for the people that are suffering for different food intolerance. But and as Vasundhara was also explaining very well about the how we are managing our food on board for Costa Serena, I would like to remind that would be an Indian customization, even in la carte restaurant, because, for example, even in pizzeria, we are going to provide the tikka pizza, or in the steakhouse, we are also to provide not only the meat, but also the typical Indian steakhouse food. So fully Indian, customized in all the food aspect on board. Drinks included, and especially, as Vasundhara was saying very well, during the Diwali, one also providing all the special food typical for the your Diwali festivities.
Perfect. Thank you. Can we know a little more about the staff on board also? Will it be predominantly Indian staff, or do you have staff from all across the world on the ship?
Can I reply this question, because it's something that is really important for me, for different reasons. All our crew member on board are coming and working with Costa after a very strict trainings. And one of our training school is in India, is in Hyderabad. We have our training school. And India is the second nationality on board of our fleet, more than 20,000 crew member, is the second nationality after the Filipinos. And on board of Costa Serena, we are going to have for sure the majority of the staff Indian. In all the different, from the concierge up to the people, waiters, bartenders, all the staff, the majority of the staff will be Indian nationality.
Perfect. Thank you. So you mentioned there were some activities that come at a price when you're on the ship, like the gelato ice cream. This is payable in euro, US dollars, or INR?
So I have none. Yeah. She's on mute. You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Be in USD or euro, but it will be the equivalent of INR. If he has a credit card, he can take INR and we'll convert it to the equivalent of euro or USD.
There were these questions about any obstructions in the view from the cabin. So do all the cabins have a clear view, or are there few cabins with obstruction in the view as well?
Vasu, you want to take it? In fact, let me answer off the cuff. There are no obstructed cabins.
Yeah. The inside cabins are the basic cabins, which do meaning have
Can't look outside.
The ocean view cabins and balconies, and the suite cabins, which have balconies, don't have any obstruction to them.
In fact, the view only just gets better and better.
Yes.
And in the Mumbai Goa cruising, one can't get off in Goa, right? That has come up as a question.
If there is a situation and they need to get off, we can do a break-off journey. If there is such a situation, if there's a requirement along those lines.
Okay. And what about internet? Can you tell us if there will be high-speed internet available on the cruise?
Also, you want to talk about the WhatsApp packages?
Yeah, so we will have internet packages available at some really good prices. So in terms of internet packages, you'll have a WhatsApp only package, or WhatsApp and social media package, or then the option of being a full internet package. We will be updating those packages on the Google Drive link as well for everyone to refer to it. So there are some updates we're doing on the Google Drive link. So I would say if you all refresh it and have a look at it by tonight or tomorrow morning, you will have some of these packages like the suite cabin benefits and also the internet packages, which will be loaded, and with some new flyers as well, which will be loaded on the Google Drive link.
Okay. I have lots of questions on this, so I'm just going to sum it up in one question and ask you guys. Can you tell us about the agent commission? How do the agents log in, and how can they book the cruise?
Vasundhara?
Yeah. So in terms of login, Devika, as I mentioned earlier as well, for everyone who's even registered for this training, but especially the ones who have attended it right now, we'll be giving everyone a link where they can register their details for getting the B2B access. We are very, while we have the rate sheet, and we're very happy to help everyone in terms of queries. And in fact, Devika, I'm sure you must have shared our contact details as well in terms of our email ID. We'll be happy to help everyone, but I would really urge people that they can use the system, the B2B system, to sort of see prices, only so that you get responses much faster. Because today the client wants responses faster as well, and you'll be able to do that through the system.
But I mean, and here that we already have quite a few people already registered on Costa Extra. Quite a few people already.
We have quite a few people registered. Many are, some are using, some are not using it. But other than we've got Costa Extra, and we've got another link as well, which specifically talks about the India itineraries as well. Since there's a GST component on the India itineraries, which does not come, is not there on the other itineraries, international itineraries, we made another link as well for people to check the prices as well. In terms of TAC, we are offering we always offer TAC on the cabin fare, and we offer a TAC of 12% on the cabin fare. However, if there are groups, we are happy to help, with group rates. And a group is counted as anything above 30 passengers is what we count as a group.
And also, as like to add to what Vasundhara says, it's all about the volume game. As people start supporting us, giving us more numbers, and also pre-buying, we're happy to give a much higher commission.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. What about shore excursions? Are there any shore excursions as well?
Yes, we will have it in Goa, Cochin, and Lakshadweep. In fact, our headquarters is just about tied up and closed all those excursions. We should be loading it quickly, and it will essentially be, we can see a lot of demand for Lakshadweep excursions, because to a large extent, many people, most Indians like I had also never been to Lakshadweep before. So there is interest in seeing Lakshadweep beyond just being on the ship. So we will be launching those or publicizing those packages sometime this week.
There are quite a few questions about the children's travel free scheme and the companion travels free scheme. Can you just clarify the two schemes that you had talked about earlier?
Vasundhara?
Sure. So I'll talk first about the companion free offer. So in terms of the kids free offer, okay, let me actually talk about the kids free offer first, because the kids below 18 cruise free offer is something that we have on all our sailings. It's there on our India sailings and there on the international sailings as well. And the way the kids free offer works is up to 2 kids below 18 years, when they're sharing the cabin with 2 adults, they don't have to pay for the cabin fare. They only pay the port taxes and the gratuities. And those are the only 2 components that they have to pay. Of course, in India, for the India itineraries, you have to pay over and above that a GST too. But otherwise, you only pay your port taxes and your gratuities. And what we've done on the 7th November and 10th November sailings, other than the kids free offer, which is anyway a great offer to have, and I think we are one of the only companies, forget across cruise liners, across travel, where we have a below 18 cruise free policy. So on 7th and 10th, additional to the kids cruise free, we also have a companion cruise free, where the companion traveling with the first adult will not pay a cabin fare. They'll only pay the port taxes and the onboard gratuities. And if they have 2 kids, even they will not pay the cabin fare. So you have a pretty good deal for, say, 3 people, 4 people, but even if it's just 2 people, it's a really great offering.
So, Nalini ma'am, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Add here that children with Costa, while they are still very young, till 18 years, but below 6 months is not allowed. We do get queries about children who are 3 months, 4 months, can I go? But till 6 months, you have to have at least a 6-month-old baby.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
This is my final and last question, and I'm kept it for the end because I loved it. There's somebody asked you saying, why are you only sailing in November and December? When will we see a full year sailing from Costa in India?
Let me answer that. That's a pet question. In fact, yesterday I was with the port chairman, and he asked me the same thing, the Mumbai port chairman. I said, it all depends on how much our supporters, which is basically the travel companies and corporates, how much they support us these 2 months for Costa headquarters to be motivated to bring the ship here for 6 months next year. Costa is always willing. They're always very pro-India, but they will take those actions only when they see a full ship in November and December. So all of you are going to be partners in this decision. So please do your needful for us.
Wonderful. That's such a wonderful note.
Alexandra, would you like to add to something along those lines?
No, I was laughing because I fully agree with what you said, and especially your last word about the partner. Together, Nalini and Vasu, they are really part of the Costa family, and we all together with Nalini and Vasundhara, we want that you are going to be part of this family. We are ready to welcome all of you as a part of this family, and as we need you as partner to push these sailings in order to have, let me say, this dream of having 6 months of the ship in India become something real, something concrete. Because if the volume is coming, for sure we can convince our shareholders to put the ship even for 6 months. So we need you pushing and supporting Nalini and Vasundhara.
Yeah. One last thing, Devika, I will just add, because a lot of people have asked this question in terms of, is there an extra bed for kids? So as I mentioned, everyone who's traveling on board the ship is counted as a person on board. And yes, in terms of the interior cabins, we have bunk beds which are available for the kids. In terms of the ocean, you have a sofa cum bed and a bunk bed. But in short, there is a bed available for everyone who is traveling and within the cabin.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Friends, I can see a lot of you have also asked for your personal travel. You've asked questions on how the travel agents can travel and be part of the journey on Costa Cruises. I will leave that for you to connect with Nalini and Vasu to take that forward. I'm not asking those personal questions here. But with this, we come to an end to our webinar today. Before I say thank you to everyone, any closing remarks? Anybody? Nalini ma'am, Vasu, Alexandra,
let me close by saying that, with your last remark about people doing their own personal travel, the travel agents, we'll be happy to have you all on board. So please let us know. We'll do our best to make sure we give the best price for you so that you can come on board with your family, of course.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. You have their phone numbers in the chat tab, so you know exactly who to call right after this webinar. Friends, with this, we come to an end to the webinar today. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience. You have asked a lot of questions. You have been enjoyed this presentation as much as we have enjoyed giving you this presentation. So thank you so much. Next, a big thank you to you, Alessandro. Thank you for taking out the time and joining us all the way from Italy. It means a lot to us to see your commitment to being here and telling us more about the product.
No, thank you very much to you for this wonderful organization, and especially to all the attendees. Thank you very much to all of you to participate. It's really important, and it has been a great pleasure for me to attend.
And finally, thank you to Nalini ma'am and Vasundhara. Thank you for making that wonderful presentation. Thank you for inspiring us and motivating us to all dream of that cruise holiday and come November be on that cruise holiday. So thank you so much for that. And looking forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to all your support. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.